are your impressions of your guys to this point?
True. No, actually, I think we are where I thought we would be at this point, to be honest with you. My biggest concern going in was, with Jacob August and Casey Crosby, those guys having experience. Keo had some, not a whole lot. So my concern was who's going to be the next two guys to step up, hoping to be maybe Markway and Keo Pollard, and they both have really done a nice job. Matter of fact, Keo's doing a really nice job. He's making some noise. He's making the case for himself to play, and so I'm excited about that. So as overall as a group, I think we're doing well. I think we're basically where I thought we would be right now.
How is Evan Henson?
Evan is, it's kind of like every time he comes out there, he's starting all over again because, he had to miss a couple of springs playing basketball, which is something we said he can do. So we don't have any problems with it, but he has to start all over again. So right now it's kind of like day 10 or day 12 in spring practice. And he's getting better. He's understanding a little bit more. He's getting a little bit more physical at the point of attack, but he has a lot of talent. So we're just going to have to, keep working him. Hopefully somewhere during the season, he's a guy that can go out there and help us.
What has Pollard done well that's impressed you, and how much you see him play?
He is truly playing really fast. And so he understands what he's doing. Whether it's a run game, pass game, he's doing it really fast. When he's in position to make a play, he's making plays. You can't hide those things. Everyone sees that. So he's making plays, playing the game fast. He's been physical, and he's playing with great energy and effort. And so he's doing the things that I think we have to do this year to win.
How difficult is it to get a guy who can do all the different things a tight end needs to do well, with the blocking and pass protection and obviously the catching of the balls?
It's tough now because in high school they're basically a glorified receiver. So first time you put them next to a tackle and tell them to block a 260-pound defensive end is difficult. So, but they learn. The first thing they learn is that the weight room's their friend. They're going to be, got to be strong, lower body, upper body, and they also learn that fundamental technique stuff that we do throughout the course of the day, they have to use it once we're on the field in scrimmages and team periods with our defense. So it's difficult initially, but once the guys understand, and also too, it's on film, so I can pull up a film with Hayden doing it, I can pull up a film with someone else doing it, and so it's not just talk, it's what you have to do to play the position.
How much does this offense suit Casey Crosby?
That's a tough question. I believe it suits all the tight ends that we have, but for him, the thing about KC is that he's not a really big guy. He's probably 235-ish, 240 at the most. But pound for pound, he's probably one of the most powerful guys we have. So he can play attached. He can play unattached. You could put him at a split end, things like that. So I think it fits him well, really, to be honest with you. He can be more of an H-back. So he can be very versatile in the things that he does in this offense.
How much more freedom are you seeing with the ability to detach your tight end with the involvement of the offensive line?
Say it again, please.
As far as just, are you going to be able to detach the tight end more with this offense, with the way the offensive line is developed?
I don't know if it's based on the offensive line. It's based on schemes that we're trying to use per team that we play each week. So it'll be just simply based on that, not necessarily the development of our offensive line, although I think they're doing well.
What was it like watching Casey kind of go through last season where he has to miss all that time and kind of fight his way back through this offseason?
Yeah, it's tough, and it's basically been 2 years in a row where he had to miss some time due to some type of injury. This is the first year since I've been here, year 3, that he's actually started the two-a-day practices or the fall practices on time. He's normally missing a week or two before he's out there. So I think it's benefited him big time, meeting-wise, on the field. You have to do it over and over and over and over to really get it. And so that's probably what I think about Kiel. He's probably so much better now. He's done it over and over and over. KC has done it. Jacob has done it. Now Markway finally, knock on wood, is doing it right now, and he's getting better. And so now because of, a guy like Evan Henson missing spring, it hurts him a little bit as far as football is concerned, And so right now he's beginning to, I guess, do it over and over and over again.
With the up-tempo and running running more snaps, do you feel like you'll be able to get a lot more tight ends in the game and get more?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I hope they're dead tired, and we got to put another one in because we're playing so fast. You know, when you play fast, the most important thing is to stay on the field. You know, I've been with up-tempo offenses that we've been in games where we play real fast, and next thing you know, we're down 21-0 because we went 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. So hopefully they're dead tired because we're playing fast and they're staying on the field and we're moving the football, and I got to sub and get those guys in. So that's why it was important for me to have at least 4 guys ready to play. In my mind, thinking up-tempo, we got to have 4 guys ready to play.
You mentioned your previous experience with up-tempo offenses. What input, if any, did you give to BMAC and Dan as they kind of reshape what the offensive philosophy was going to be?
I think we all have. You know, we all put in our 2 cents. You know, I worked with Larry Fedora at Southern Miss. You know, one of the, not necessarily the original, but I guess, you know, he kind of started at Middle Tennessee. Went from Middle Tennessee to Florida to Southern Miss, Oklahoma State and Southern Miss. So just my little 2 cents, things that I've done in the past, things I think work, things that make sense, because it has to make sense to the kids. You know, if it makes sense to the kids, then they're going to be able to play fast. So that's basically what I've done, just kind of put my 2 cents in.
Given that you don't want to substitute offensively when you're going at pace,
Sure.
do the tight ends, are you asking them to do more, line up in different places
Yes.
so that you can have that flexibility?
Absolutely. They've played all over the field. And that's the beauty of the fall practices. They've had a chance to play multiple positions. And so, like you said, if you're going to play fast, and they're going to have to move around and play those multiple positions. So, you know, it's kind of like KC. You can't say KC's going to be split out all the time. He's got to be able to attach because we're going to play fast. So he's had to work that as much as we're, you know, playing spread out some.
What has Kyle Markway most improved on, and what is it kind of like to see him work after it seems like injuries have sort of knocked him around the past couple of years?
I think for him, you know, it's number one is his body is in really great shape. You know, if you see Kyle Markway now, I mean, he's probably, you know, he takes his shirt off a lot now because he's all cut up. You know, he feels good and looks good, but he does. You know, he looks really good, and he's stronger now. So he's stronger at the point of attack, upper body wise. His lower body was probably the weakest part of his body since I've been here, but his lower body's stronger now, so he can maintain blocks. He's not getting thrown around. So, and then also too, he's running. You know, he's running faster, and he's making a lot of contested catches, which is really, really important. You know, a guy that can catch the ball with people all around him. He's making those plays for us.
Aside from the mustache, what have you seen out of Jacob August?
Wow, how about that mustache, huh? Yeah, he's messing with me, see, 'cause I wore the mustache when I was in. Anyway, so anyway, no, Jacob is consistent. Jacob is smart, and Jacob understands leverage, and he gets his body in the right places. And the lack of that he overcome because of his discipline and his intelligence to the game. So, I mean, I'm pleased with him because he's on target doing the things I thought he would be doing right now.
Have Jacob and Casey kind of taken over the leadership mantle that Hayden Hurst had?
Yeah, I mean, they have to. They're like the next guys up, you know. So they're trying to do it. You know. Every now and then when it's kind of warm out there, they're going to have to take care of themselves a little bit. But I think they're trying to do it, particularly in the meeting rooms. I think the guys are following suit to what they're doing, and they're taking control.
With the increased snaps, I guess, in practice, is it nice to be able to kind of rotate different guys in and get them more reps during?
It's great. It's awesome. It's awesome. Like I said, because I could put them in multiple positions now. So once upon a time, I remember the first year we got here, we had to basically learn one position in order to function. And so when we had problems with those positions, that's where Jacob came along. And all of a sudden, I had a guy that was like a quarterback for the tight ends. He can kind of put everybody in the right position and almost tell them what to do. I saw Hayden every now and then checking them every time, and he'll tell them what to do. But once they learned it, it was okay. So, yes, it's very good to put them in multiple positions, moving around, get a lot of reps. We can watch it on film, and we can see what's good and what's bad.
How about Register? Now that he's
Well, Register, you know, I'll tell you what, he's coming along. He's about where I thought he would be right now. He's coming along right now. He's got to get stronger. He's got to play faster, understand the game a little bit better because he gets out of position because of that. But I have really, really, you know, good vibes for Will Register. I think he's going to be a really good player. I don't know if he's ready to do it at this point, but he's getting there.
Coach Muschamp kind of mentioned with the more snaps, there's also the risk of kind of wearing guys out. Is there sort of a balance in there of you get a lot more work, but you also have to kind of be much more mindful of that?
That's where you have to have depth. You know, you have to have really good depth. You have to have guys that can come in. You don't want to miss a beat. You know, you want to do the same things. You don't have to change what you do offensively because of different persons in the game. So the depth comes in, and that's where you know, it benefits us to make sure we got several guys ready to play.
How much contact have you had with Hayden since draft day?
Some, you know, he's busy, I'm busy, you know, but we talked a few times. I know he's getting after it right now pretty good, but not a whole lot of contact. You know, guys these days, they don't talk, they text. So, you know, it's not a whole lot of conversation. It's text message here and there, stuff like that.
What did you think of his landing spot in Baltimore?
I was excited for him, you know. You know, growing up in Alabama, you know, and Ozzie being the general manager there, so I was really excited that a tight end guy thought that he was good enough to be a tight end in the NFL in the first round. So that made me feel good about the position he's in and the people he's with.
Coach Fedor, working with him.
Yeah.
I think like changing speeds is like whether it's going, you know, as fast as possible or kind of tapering it down a notch. Is that something you've seen?
Say it again, sorry.
Like just going like as fast as you can, or maybe like tapering it down to.
Yeah, you do.
Because Coach Muschamp has mentioned dictating tempo.
Yeah, you do. You want the defense to set their calls and their alignment as soon as they possibly can. So you can either play fast and know what they're doing, or play fast and maybe slow it down with a freeze play or something like that, just to see what they're doing. So it's a lot of things you can do with the tempo, but the number one thing is you want to control the tempo of the game and get the defense to make their calls as fast as possible. And a lot of times, like I told the kids as we watch film, you know, it's not the schemes are good, but here's what happened when you plays fast. And so we did a few plays that was really fast, and all of a sudden somebody was out of a gap, the back started hit it, and it was 20-yard gain. I said, that's what we're going to benefit from playing fast. And sometimes they're going to get us because they're going to be out of position, and we're going to be blocking, and all of a sudden somebody's going to be where they don't supposed to be and make the tackle. And that's going to happen as well. So play fast, play tempo, but control the game with our tempo.
Is that just something you do in practice? Like
Yes.
just adjusting
Yes,
accordingly?
yes, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, you want the kids to know when it's going to be real fast and when it's not going to be real fast. That makes sense. So you hope you have it to a point where they know your next step, they know your next move, and if that's the case, then the kids are going to play with great confidence.
Thanks,
Thanks, guys.